Okay, we're live. Good afternoon. This is Greg Glory, aka Social Greg, on Twitter for the Nerd Stalker Media Network. Today, I'm pleased to talk to Michael Sueoka. Sorry about that. Of AngelHack EDU, and AngelHack EDU claims that they'll teach you 1 year's worth of Ruby on Rails in 1 month. That's a little bit of a subject we're going to touch on today, which is a very big subject of getting coders trained up and filling the demand out there, and we'll have Michael talk about that in a little bit. Quickly, a little bit about Michael. He's been in the startup entrepreneuring world for using his kind of UX, UI experience and knowledge creating apps and services for over the last 3 to 4 years. And he's live from LA. So good afternoon, Michael. Thanks for joining us here on Nerd Stalker.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Cool. So let's talk about this new educational program from AngelHack called AngelHack EDU.
Definitely. Well, AngelHack, we're launching basically our new education initiative. And we've partnered with a company, you might have heard of them, called 1 Month Rails. They're actually based in New York. And so we're going to partner with them and pilot an in-person reverse classroom course for Ruby on Rails in San Francisco. And we have plans to scale this to more cities, and we have plans to cover other topics for intermediate beginners. But essentially, what this 1 month course does is it takes the most essential and most important topics from 1 year of learnings and distills it into 1 month. A lot of people want to get into programming, they just don't know what to do or how to start, and so literally with over a month, they're just trying to figure things out. So we take everything and distill it into 1 month, so that you get a foundation to keep on learning with the new skill set that you just taught, that you just learned.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of these kind of programs pop up over the last quarter. So what is the need in the market, especially in San Francisco Bay Area here for coders or people who know how to code?
Yeah, well, I think everywhere people see that there's a huge demand for these coders, and we just need more coders essentially. There's a few problems. One, I don't think everyone has the ability to learn this new skill set. Another problem is they don't know where to start. And like you said, there's lots of things popping up, especially online. And I mean, everything that's coming out seems great. This is awesome that everyone's getting involved. I know like Dev Bootcamp, all these other programs out there. We're actually at the White House, I think, this week or last week actually. So there's making progress, but again, there needs to be better access to some of these programs, and then also the online courses. I hear all these stories of people starting them, but not finishing. They might hit that first week hard and then just stop. So by putting them in this environment, we're keeping them accountable. By keeping them accountable, they'll be able to stay motivated and consistent, which I think is the biggest thing when you're trying to learn.
So I've always wanted to ask someone this question, especially if someone that's teaching a course. What is the ideal type of person to go through this, or really, can you take a homeless person off the street and teach them how to code? You feel with this program?
Right. Well, yeah, I really do think anyone can learn how to code. I think the biggest thing, I spoke with candidate students. I've talked with people that have gone through full-time schools. I've talked to hiring managers, recruiters, and they obviously they want people with this certain skill, like, hey, can you draw, some of that. But they want to know if you're going to hit a speed bump and if you're going to keep on going, or if you're just going to hit that and complain, kind of stop. So if you're creative and trying to figure out problems and find solutions, or if you're just determined and persistent, you can do it. So yeah.
So you'll pretty much know what type of your person you are probably by the end of this course, right?
Yeah. I mean, definitely just need to be persistent and keep on going. You'll figure it out. We always just say, hey, hit a roadblock, take a second, back up, and then approach it again.
Right. So what is the demand out there for people who need to code out there? I mean, what do you guys see? Which is probably the reason you created this course. But I mean, I see a lot of the ads out there. I see a lot of Odesk stuff. I see a lot of stuff, and they're drawing around people in the world. But I think, especially here in the Silicon Valley, San Francisco area, I hear of a big shortage. Every startup entrepreneur tells me he has a hard time finding coders.
Oh yeah, honestly, it ranges across the board. Even with the recruiters and bigger agencies, they're looking for everyone from
Mm,
iOS to front end dev to back end to Ruby on Rails.
I see.
And it just depends. Startups, a startup, if it's a bootstrap startup, they might want someone that covers a lot of skills, but
Mm,
they're not amazing at one, but they know how to cover all of them.
mm,
Whereas a bigger agency, they just want someone that does X, Y, and
got it.
that's it.
Got it.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, there's a demand for all of it, right?
yeah, no, that's a good answer. So you claim that you could get people up and coding the first app in a month. So what's the format for this class? Just if you could tell the audience that.
Yeah, definitely. So again, I mentioned it's reverse classroom. So for those of you that don't know, reverse classroom it's not like traditional lecturing where you go in and just listen to someone. The retention rates for that are very low. So you basically at home you're watching videos, you're following along, participating in these videos, and then you come into class and you reinforce what you learned at home and collaborate with your classmates or you pair with your classmates. You do Q&A with your instructors. You're working there in class, and if you have a quick question, you can just raise your hand and call them over and say, hey, how do I do this? So that reverse classroom implementation is going to be very, very helpful and effective for people to learn. If you do some research on reverse classroom, you'll see that there's this school, the high school, Cliftondale High School. They implemented the reverse classroom, and their failure rates decreased 33%.
Wow.
And everyone asks, hey, what's the best way to learn anything? They just say, hey, just jump in and start doing it.
Yeah, I
So
hear
that's
that a lot.
essentially that's essentially what we're doing. We're essentially making you jump into this classroom. You're going to be meeting twice a week with your classmates and instructors, and then all those days that you're not in class, you're essentially watching videos, following along.
Mm.
Just reinforcing everything.
So it's like learn by doing, essentially, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's interesting. So yeah, let's talk a little bit more about like what is the cost for this course, and let's go into some of that, and is it affordable for everyone, or how do you guys make it affordable?
Yeah, so it's a 5 week course and it's twice a week. So and the price for that is $650. So it's pretty affordable. It's comparable to some
Not bad.
extensions courses.
Yeah.
I did TA at UCLA for UX design, and
Mm.
I think it was about $600, and the instructor was Jamie Levy. So it's very comparable to extensions costs. You can, if you just do an online course, maybe it's $25 a month or $35 a month. If you do a full-time course, that could be $15,000 over 3 months. So this is a pretty, low price point.
Mm.
Additionally, again, we're just trying to teach as many people to code as possible. We do have some full scholarships for,
Okay.
veterans, single moms, and just anyone that may not have the capability for this opportunity financially,
Right.
So we do
Wow.
have, yeah, we do have some of those scholarships as well, and we would like to, have one every single
I
class
see.
if possible. Yeah.
So is this cohorted, meaning that you have a start and end, and then the next group comes in, or how do you guys organize this?
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to cap it at 16 students each class, so
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty good teacher to student ratio. And yeah, basically over the 5 weeks, it's just going to be one cohort, and the next one will come in
I
right.
see.
Yeah.
So have you started your first cohort already, or you've been through a couple already?
No, actually, we got all the instructors, locations, everything's ready to go. We're just trying to figure out the date to do this. In
Mm.
addition, we have other programs that are essentially we're going to have up and running, and so that'll be the beginning of next year. So we're just trying to time everything to work with each other. And there's going to be more advanced classes. So hey, if they take some beginner intro class, when should this advanced class be? So yeah.
Mm. So it looks like AngelHack is really trying to create a online university, essentially, or not an online university, but a university to help uh, development coders, I guess, huh?
Yeah, it's our education initiative, and we want to do lots of, again, implement that reverse classroom structure. So lots of
Mm.
hands-on, in-person activity. And what's really cool is, Angel Hack's global. They have events all over the world.
Right.
So we're going to be
Right.
touching base with everyone that we've worked with all over the world, and getting their feedback and getting their help. So we have developers all over the world, and if someone in, Singapore can help someone in California or vice versa, through our network, that'd be pretty awesome.
Oh God, that's exciting. So
Yeah.
wow, that's neat. I mean, yeah, I think following this trend, I think it's important that people get into the right class and they understand their learning habits and they understand. I think for $650, God, it'd be worth just to find out if I'm suited for coding. I think it'd be a cheap investment for that, right?
Exactly. So actually, an applicant or two is actually that was a reason for taking this. You know, you could do as much reading as you want, and I even told them, hey, just test out Code Academy or Treehouse, just see. And they said, I think it is, but everyone, the reason why people sign up for these full-time schools or these in-person schools is because I can only learn so much online or only learn through books. I need that structure that forces me, to keep me accountable. So that's really what we're doing. I mean, if you gave me a book, sorry,
No, that's cool.
but I mean the online things, platforms, they're great, they really are. But just that extra in-person collaboration, putting you in the pairing situation that coders want and need. That's what we're trying to do.
How many times a week do you guys meet?
It would be twice a week.
Twice a week. So there's enough gap in time where they could actually go off and do some things and then come back with questions. Or I guess they could ask questions at any time online, right?
Exactly. So they could ask questions anytime online, or whether it's with their classmates, with the instructor. Yeah.
No, I like that. I worked in I went to grad school at USF in a blended program like that. We called it blended. I don't know why they call it blended, but probably because it's like they meet and then they do offline activities at the same time. So I think it's a great way to learn. So that's
Right.
good. Well,
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, I'm excited for you guys. I think it's another chapter in AngelHack because like you said, I know them for all the hackathons that they put together and
Exactly.
everything. So this is probably in line with what your original mission is. So anyway,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone was basically asking us, hey, we want to learn. All the developers that attend the hackathons, they were just saying, hey, I want to learn more.
Okay,
So
that's cool. Well, let's close off the interview. I think we've
Yeah.
got a good idea what's going on. So how do people get a hold of you? How do they enter the AngelHack EDU world?
Yeah, definitely. Well, anyone can email me directly. I'm very responsive via email. It's simply michael@angelhack.com. You can go to our website. It's angelhack.com/education. You can find out information on our current program. If you opt in there, we'll let you know when the next program starts. You can always follow us on Twitter it's at AngelHack, and find us on Facebook.
That's great.
AngelHack. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks so much again. So anyway, that was Michael Sueoka, the guy in charge of AngelHack's educational programs, and they can make you a foundational coder in 1 month possibly. So anyway, this is Greg Gloria, aka Social Greg on Twitter for the Nerd Stalker Media Network, where we believe in tech, startups, design, and you. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and be careful out there. Thanks again, Michael, live from Los Angeles.
Of course. Thank you.